You're watching Action News Now. Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
Now we're going to turn to meteorologist Patrick Wright for another look at your forecast. So Patrick, it almost looked like it was going to rain today with those clouds.
Yeah, we had some monsoonal moisture moving through. We had the same thing yesterday, so it brought some extra moisture into the upper levels of the atmosphere, and it brought some even to the lower levels where we all live. So you may have noticed that when it comes to the humidity, or at least increased humidity compared to what we're used to here in Northern California. But with this moisture, it does come with a threat for thunderstorms in the mountains, and we do have some red flag warnings that are in effect through tonight until about 8 p.m. for some in the coast mountains. I think about 9 or 10 p.m. later this evening for some of the northern Sierra and southern Cascades. But we do have a chance for some strong and erratic winds, but these are starting to die down. So that is the good news. The primary threat was some dry lightning as the moisture just evaporates before it reaches the ground. Now, this is the view from the east Los Molinos camera for the Alert California networks, and it is facing the west with the coast mountains in the distance there. We have some clouds that are behind the banner. That is part of the monsoonal moisture streaming through. Now, as I mentioned, those storms are decreasing tonight for the chances, and we are cooling, though, for the next several days. So compared to what we had last week, it is going to feel much more comfortable outside, but the heat is returning by late this week into next weekend. So you'll want to check on the ACs again as we head into the end of the work week. But here's what we're looking at for our futurecast tonight. Those clouds and the monsoonal moisture for at least Northern California will begin to pull out, although the model is bringing in some chances for an isolated rumble of thunder or two in some of the mountains. I think the best chance will be in the northern Sierra, but it's not going to be like what we have today or yesterday. I think it is overdoing it in the coastal mountains as our ridge of high pressure pushes to the east and pulls all of that moisture with it. But we'll still have a chance for some clouds to move around here or there, but also the delta breeze will have a nice impact on our region, and we could see that in these temperatures sitting right around 70 degrees in the mid-valley tonight into tomorrow morning, lower 70s in the north valley. So you may be able to give the AC a break and open up some windows this evening. Highs tomorrow about 100 to 105 across the valley. This is slightly above average, a little warmer to the north because of the lack of access to the delta breeze compared to other places in the valley. But overall, we're not sitting at 110 or 115 degrees, so that is the nice part when it comes to these temperatures, and we'll continue to see that heading into parts of the middle of the work week. Now, as this ridge of high pressure shifts to the east, it's going to pull that monsoonal moisture, as I mentioned, with it and push it farther east, but we will see a dip in the jet stream just off our coast, and that will help cool us off into the upper 90s in some cases. But this ridge of high pressure does start to build back in by Friday into Saturday, so that will bump our temperatures up once again. So here's what we're looking at. Upper 90s Tuesday and Wednesday, 97 in Chico for each of those days, lower 60s in the overnight hour. So again, you may be able to open up the windows and give the AC a break at some point this week, though we are starting to warm back up into the 105 to 110 degree range by Friday and Saturday, and those overnight lows get back into the low to mid 70s. So at least we have a brief break coming up, but overall we are looking much better than what we were just a couple days ago in terms of those high temperatures during the week.
All right, thanks Patrick, we need it. Fire season is here, and Action News Now wants to keep you safe. To find our area's evacuation maps in just one place, you can head over to actionnewsnow.com and then click on news links.